Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Today we are talking about home inspections. Okay, so if you are planning to purchase in the future, guys, stick around because home inspections are usually one of the first steps that you're gonna need to consider once your offer is accepted. Okay, so stick around. Let me just put my notes here. And guys, I'm very excited because we are streaming to both Facebook and YouTube. That's why I'm here a little bit late because I was having some technical difficulties, but I am here and I'm very excited. I was actually trying to add it to LinkedIn as well, but I don't know what happened there. It was just acting up and it didn't want to connect, but it's okay. Okay, so let's see here. So today we're gonna go over what is a home inspection, okay? What happens during a home inspection, and do you really need a home inspection? I'm not sure if maybe you're wondering like, hey, do I really need one? Do I not? I don't know. Okay, but I'm gonna give you those answers in this video. Okay, guys. So first of all, what is a home inspection? Okay, so a home inspection, guys, is a visual assessment of a property to determine the current state of its structure and mechanics. And I know that sounds like, like super confusing. So what it is just usually, like a person going in, they check everything, that as far as they can see with the eye, and stuff, and they can check just to make sure, that everything's working correctly. Okay, so think of a home inspection as like an annual checkup, right, with the doctor. You want to make sure that everything's good. You want to make sure that everything is working properly, and you also, through this inspection, you also want to identify any weak points, right, with the house that could become an issue down the line. Okay, and we're gonna go over some of the things that the home inspector will look at once they're there. Okay, so during a home inspection, a certified licensed inspector, okay, who is trained to look for specific issues, okay, they will go into the house. Okay, there is a fee for this. They will go into the house and they're going to kind of like do a walkthrough, and they're gonna be writing down, what they're finding. Okay, and I kind of like I did say, like licensed and certified, right? I want to make that, I don't know, like just the importance of that. Okay, it has to be someone that's licensed. Usually here in the state of Illinois, they need to be licensed through the state to do this. And yes, you might have an uncle, you might have, like your cousin, your brother that knows a lot about homes. They may be in the construction field, and you might want to take them, right? Maybe possibly to save yourself some money. But guys, I understand that you want to take your Theo and stuff and everything, but no, I highly recommend that you hire someone who is licensed, okay, and licensed through the state of Illinois. Okay, so this home inspection, guys, will tell you everything that is pretty much wrong with the property. Okay, I tell my clients this is like all the bad news with this house. Okay, with the house that you're planning to buy. Okay, so this is going to be all the bad news about the house, so that you know what you're getting yourself into, so that you know what you're purchasing. Okay, so don't expect the home inspector, I mean, they might say, right, like, oh, this is nice here, but they're not going to put the nice things and the good stuff that's going on with the house, guys. Okay, because we might be able to see that, but they're going to tell you all the bad news, everything that's wrong with the house. Okay, so I always tell my clients, I'm like, you know what, do not get discouraged. Okay, don't feel discouraged if you get like this long list of things that are wrong with the house. Okay, that's why you're hiring this person. You're hiring this person so that they can go in there and they can tell you everything that's wrong with the house, so that you know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, so this is pretty much like just the main purpose of an inspection, guys, is to simply inform you, right? Just to inform you as the buyer about the property, and kind of like help you decide on whether you want to commit with this place or you want to kind of like pass, and be like, you know what, there's too many crazy things going on with this property. I want to go find something else. Okay, guys, so this is kind of like what it is, okay? So what does a home inspector look at? Okay, so they're gonna look at things like the physical structure of the house. Okay, so that would be like the foundation. Okay, that's gonna be the foundation of the house. They want to make sure that this house is not gonna like tilt over in a few years, or they're gonna check for that. They're gonna check for any interior structure issues, right? It can be signs of like water damage, right? Like water seepage. They're gonna check at the floors. They're gonna check the windows. They're gonna check everything that's inside of the house. Okay, everything that they can see. They're gonna check things like the water flow. Okay, the plumbing. Okay, they're gonna check if there's like the AC and stuff. Well, they do check the AC if it's in the summer. Okay, and they will put it on the report like, hey, we couldn't check the AC because it's winter. Or in the summer, if there's the furnace and they can't check the furnace, right? And they'll be like, well, we couldn't check the furnace. Sometimes they do, sometimes it all depends, right, on when it is that you're purchasing this house. But they do check for that. They do check on that. Okay, they do check like the plumbing, right? They'll let you know if the house is if it's a newer build, that you might have like copper plumbing. If it's an older build, then you're gonna have like galvanized. They're gonna check, like I said, water flow, like the water pressure. They'll let you know like, hey, in a few years from now, like your water pressure might be a little bad, because of the galvanized piping and stuff. You see, all these things, like I've seen and I've learned, because I'm like, I listen to the inspectors when I go to my inspections, so I learn a lot from them. Okay, and also if there's any appliances, right, that come with the house, they will check for the efficiency and stuff of those appliances. Okay, and they'll check like the oven, and they'll check if there's a washer or dryer. They'll make sure that those things work if they're included with the house. Okay, sometimes there might be like a washer and a dryer in the place, but sometimes like it doesn't come with the house. Okay, so it doesn't come included with the house, so you don't have to worry about that. Another thing, depending on the type of house it is, like say there's a well, right, for the water, you might want to, sometimes the same inspector can check the water, right, to make sure that it's safe for you to drink and stuff. Many times, and you might have to hire a different inspector for that. Okay, but this will depend on whether the house has a well or not. Okay, they'll check things like the electricity, right, like the electrical panel, to see how old it is and stuff, or how new it is. They're gonna check for that. And this process, guys, of an inspection, it usually takes a few hours. Okay, so it all depends on the size of the house, but it will take a couple of hours. Okay, so I've seen anywhere from like an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours and a half. If it's a multi-unit where they have to go a unit by unit, then it's gonna take a lot longer. Okay, so on my inspections, I try to take like my gym shoes and stuff, because I know I'm gonna be either standing for long, because I like to go to my inspections. I like to be there, with my clients, and tell them like, hey, I'm here, like I'm here to support you, and I'm here to, if they have any questions, that, they can ask the inspector, right? But sometimes they'll be like coming to me because they've been working with me for a while now. Okay, and I don't mind, guys, going to the inspections. Let's see here. What else do we have here? Now, at the end of this, at the end of the inspection, the inspector will gather all the information. Okay, they'll gather everything, and they're gonna put it together, and they're gonna give you through email, usually, right? They're gonna give you through email an inspection report. Okay, and this inspection report it's very important, because this is what you're gonna look at as a buyer, and this is what's gonna help you determine and whether you want to proceed with this home, and whether you want to maybe renegotiate the price, or maybe even like negotiate some like repairs or some type of like repair credit. Like all this will depend on the house, okay, and what came up on that report. And let's say something crazy came up, right? Like your foundation is super bad, you have crazy like water seepage. You guys, you can get out of this contract, based on this report. So the next question is, right, like the last question is, should you skip an inspection? Should you kind of be like, nah, I don't need that, I don't want to pay that money because I need it for furniture or something? No, guys, do not skip, do not waive this inspection, okay? And I know that right now, because of how the market is, a lot of people are deciding to skip their inspections or to kind of like waive their inspections. I highly recommend that you take an inspector, okay? Because this may be, right, like the biggest investment, or can be the biggest investment in your life, and you want to make sure that you know what you're buying. You want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into, okay? So those $400, $500, $600, $700, that you're gonna spend on this inspection, depending on what it is that you need, right? Because, and we'll go over that right now, like the different type of inspections that they're out there. That money, guys, could save you a lot of headaches down the line, okay? Because let's say you decide not to get an inspection, and you're like, Rosario, I'm just gonna take my tío or my cousin because they know this stuff, and I'm not gonna pay that crazy money. We go and they don't find, probably they don't see the stuff that this inspector does. Down the line, something crazy happens. You're gonna be like, man, all this money, that I've invested into this house, and now that I have to repair and stuff, I could have saved all this, by paying $500, $600, $300, even $400, depending on the size of the house, right? It just varies. And you could have saved all this money. Okay, so should you skip the home inspection? I say no. Personally, no. Like I always tell my clients, get the home inspection, okay? Do the home inspection. I want you to know what you're getting yourself into, okay? And guys, there is no perfect home. Okay, there is no perfect home. You might do the inspection and stuff may come up. You may have a list of things, and you're like, you know what? I'm in love with the house. I want to get it, and I'll deal with the stuff later. Okay, because it might be minor things. And guys, maybe later down the line, stuff is gonna come up. Stuff will come up, because houses are not perfect. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that even if you perform an inspection, that does not guarantee, guys, that issues will not arise in the future. Okay, now don't be scared, because things can happen. I mean, it happens. Okay, things are gonna come up. And other inspections, like I mentioned earlier that I was gonna go over, that might kind of like add on, right, to just a regular home inspection. Other inspections can be inspections for like mold, okay, asbestos, inspections for radon gas, lead-based paint, or even termites. Okay, so if you take your inspector and then the inspector sees signs of mold, then you're gonna want to take a mold inspector and have them check whether this mold is bad or what. Like if it's a big issue, then you're like, you know what, I don't want to get into this, like I'm just gonna go and find something else. There might be signs of termites, then you want to hire a termite inspector. And sometimes the sellers might already be aware of this, and they might have already hired someone, and they probably remediated the issue and stuff. But these are the different inspectors that are out there. Okay, and that's it, guys. I think that's it. I might have like missed out on a bunch of stuff. I might have not given you like all the information, right, that comes with inspections. This was very, very brief and very short. I do plan to bring in an inspector to our live so that they can go more into detail, right, on what they do from their point of view, because this is my point of view as a realtor, right? When I go to my inspections, this is what I see, and this is what they do. right? But I would love to have someone on here so that they can give you more information, right? And I just, like I said, I kept it short and simple for you guys because we are live. And that is it, guys. That is it. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them down on the comments or even send me a DM. I'll be more than happy to reply back to you. And hope you guys have an amazing day. Whatever's left of it. What time is it? 4:37. Hope you guys have an amazing day and stay blessed. Bye, guys.